Hello, everyone. We're here. I'm doing some admin. Come on in. Everybody's admitted in. Hello. How are you, Sue? Amy? Hi, everyone. Flood on in. This is great. Welcome to All Things Energy. So I'm going to get you guys to, we're going to do some psychic questions tonight. We're going to answer as many questions as we can. Very excited to do this. So Paul and I are a little bit new at this. So grade us on a curve if you don't mind. And because we're new at the technology, not at the reading part. But yes, so let's just see where we're going to go here. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. What we're going to do is if you want to speak and you don't want to show your face on camera, just hit the microphone. Don't hit the camera. If you don't mind showing your face on camera, then you need to hit both the microphone and the camera. And so we're going to be patient and wait for everybody to finish. And then I'm just going to admit some more people here. And we'll just go through them. But yes, so if you want to raise your hand as well, you can wave if you want to ask a question. There's little, hi, Deborah. There's little waves or little hands at the bottom of the screen. So hopefully everybody will know how to do that. Great. Dana, there's feedback happening. Really? Paul, can you hear me okay?
You.
What's going on?
So what's happening is everything that you're saying is being recorded and it's saying it right behind you. So you've got one device recording and one is.
That seems very odd. How do you think I should fix that?
Okay, it's stopped now. So I'm not sure what was going on. Yes.
I'm not sure what was going on either. Technology is funny these days. Good.
No.
So it's back. I don't know what to do with that.
Hold on. It might be just me if nobody else is hearing it. So bear with me.
How's everybody in the audience? Can they hear good? Is their feedback? Thumbs up? Thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, it's probably you, Paul. If
it's me.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Okay, good. How did you do that so quick?
So I've only got my laptop running. So having both platforms open, it's actually coming through Zoom at the same time it's coming through YouTube. So.
Oh yeah, you can just turn the volume off on YouTube if that's what you want to do. It's 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'll try it one more time, but.
Good. So just to let everybody know too, we're going to miss Heather tonight. I know we said it was intuitive 3, but Heather has something else that she really needs to tend to. So we're going to send her love and prayers, and hopefully she can join us again at a later date. So I think we should get started. So Paul, welcome. Are you excited?
I am. This is a great opportunity. Very excited.
Great. So tell a little bit about how you might be answering questions or what you could do for our audience.
For sure. So I'm trained in the Spiritualist Church of Canada as a medium and psychic. So I've done private readings for people for many, many years. And of course, I've done public forms of mediumship too in church. So typically I love to hear the sound of your voice and your first name if possible. And then I do a reading based obviously on your energy or your aura. If you've got specific questions, which I think is more the intent this evening, you can ask your question and I will answer it based on a psychic mediumship perspective. So reading your aura and your Akashic record. And of course, the different souls and different energies that come around.
Excellent. Now, I'm Dana Jensen. I've also been a reader, and public forums many a times, do this channel and all things energy. And I too can answer your questions if you want to keep them brief, if you want to keep them to the point. I like to hear your voice as well. And I'll just tell you what it is that I see as I see it. Paul and I will try to get to everybody that we can, but it is open forum and we'll see how everything flows, and whatever's coming in is really the clear intention today. So if anybody would like to come in and ask their first question, why don't we get started? Just hit your microphone. Down in the bottom left, I think.
Hi, Dana, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because this is my first time on Zoom. Just general questions, whoever. What's my future looking like? My retirement, put it this way.
Say your name, okay?
It's Lorraine. It's
Okay,
Lorraine. Sure.
So Lorraine, as I enter into your energy, your question, interestingly enough, is about retirement. And you're asking very generally, what does your retirement look like? So I'm assuming you're asking for general themes of your retirement and not the exact date of your retirement. However, your retirement is, interestingly enough, filled with love. So you have a female entity that comes forward on your mother's side of the house that says to you, you've got lots of little things or little people and different things to share love with. So your retirement will actually be filled with lots of caregiving, but from a little person perspective. So sharing lots of love.
Lovely. I get you retiring slowly. It seems to me like you can't do it all in one day. There isn't a big giant celebration retirement day. It seems like you kind of weed out of work. So, and kind of go back in and kind of weed out again and kind of go back in and kind of weed out again. That seems to be the direction that I feel your retirement might be going for a little while.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
You seem to be playing a game of X's and O's, Spirit just said, with your retirement, and you keep coming up winning. So,
Cool.
and you're ready to go anytime because you've got the game down pat. It's time.
Thank you.
And there seems to be a Frenchman that's coming around you. There seems to be a man who has a deep French accent. I think he speaks English and French together. If I kind of can hear him, it sounds like he puts English words in and French words in at the same time. So you can kind of get half of the conversation. But he's coming in from the other side, telling you that everything is going to be okay and have fun with the grandbabies.
Yeah, it's very much about celebration, Lorraine, because your grandmother just gave me the symbol of 3, which is the symbol of the 3 sisters drinking wine together. So there's opportunity now. You've done your work in terms of working hard. Now it's time to celebrate and rejoice and connect with people that you haven't been around in a while, and rejoice with them. So connecting with them at a deeper level, not a superficial level, but really sort of picking up where you left pieces off and moving forward.
Am I going to be retiring with somebody or?
With somebody.
It's a loaded question.
You know that question was coming, right?
I know that question was coming. I'm going to let Paul answer this one, though. I already know the answer. I've already told you the answer to this.
to be honest, I see with 2 females around celebrating. But when you say, am I going to retire with somebody, which I think you're asking, Spirit, is, will I have a significant other in my retirement? Am I correct?
Yeah, sure.
Not off the bat, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Will there be?
You have 2 other females that you need to celebrate with, or that you will be celebrating with, that are already close. Almost, they come across as sister energy. In terms of relationship and being able to rejoice in retirement with somebody in a more intimate component. The answer is no. You're asking time. So if I ask Spirit timelines. It's a few years, Lorraine.
That's exactly what I got as well. A few years. So enjoy your world.
Yeah, there's a 7, and I don't want to. It's not 78, but yeah, there's 7. So 67, 70. You've got a few years to go before you actually meet somebody that you spend the rest of retirement with in that sort of a intimate relationship.
So my late 70s then.
Yeah. 70.
Okay. Time. You'll be totally ready at that point. You'll be totally ready. You'll be totally ready at that point.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Lorraine.
You're welcome,
I hope you have a good night. Stick by. Listen for the rest of the show, okay?
I will.
Good. Sue, you had an interesting question. Would you mind hitting your mic? Oh, you got to turn on your mic. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I know you wrote an interesting question today on Facebook, so I'd love to get to it. Go ahead and ask it again for everybody else, though.
Okay, so when a person passes and it's on the other side and then comes back and reincarnate, when you get your messages, if this person has reincarnated, how does that work if they're supposed to be passed over on the other side, but they're back here living?
That is an extremely interesting question.
It's a very good question. There is an answer, though.
And then the second
Okay, Dana, let's hear your answer. Okay. Go ahead, Sue.
Go ahead with this.
Part was, is a soul and a spirit the same thing? When you talk with all the stuff that you do, so is a soul and a spirit, or there's actually the same words, like you speaking about the same energy?
Good question.
Yes, I would say it is, yes. Paul?
So a soul and a spirit, that's really, really good question. So thinking about it, I use those two words interchangeably, to be honest with you. So I would say the answer is yes. What I've experienced, obviously, as a departed loved one or a discarnate soul, as I call them, comes forward. They are in spirit form, right? And it is their soul's energy that is present. So in reincarnation, this is an interesting one, because thinking about the fact that we, as in our physical entities, live in linear time and measure everything by linear time, that does not exist on the other side of the veil. So somebody who has lived an earthly life or has lived leaves a footprint behind, right? And even though they come into reincarnation within the soul family and they continue on the continuum, in your reading, you're picking up an energy or their soul spirit's footprint, because there's a relevance to that communication. So I'm going to personalize this. So, I know what my past lives were. And yet when I go to a medium, they'll talk to me about a certain individual that is in my past, but actually that was my energy. And sometimes a medium will actually even pick up on that you are. And I know I have in reading saying, wait a minute, this person's reincarnated or is about to reincarnate in your daughter's upcoming pregnancy or birth. Does that make sense, Sue?
Yes. After I asked her that, typed that to her, I was thinking about that. It's the energy of the person that's reincarnated, right?
Correct.
Okay.
No.
I asked. Oh, sorry.
I would add to that too, that we have to remember that every little cell has a cell memory. So you have a past life cell in your body for every life you ever lived. And that itself has memory and data and recollection and can communicate. Each little individual cell in your whole entire system can do that. So sometimes you're talking to just a piece of a person. Sometimes you're talking to a cell of a person. So I still think you can get the message one way or another because it's energy, right? It's big, it's small, it's wide, it's vast, it's just energy. So yeah, so go ahead. What were you going to say before?
Well, I asked one other medium this, and she said the soul, okay, wait a minute, the soul and a spirit. So your soul goes to heaven and your spirit's on earth. That's how she explained it. It was just a quick answer, and I don't really understand all that stuff. So I just wanted to know what you guys thought. But after I typed that today, I thought that's kind of weird, because if you're reincarnated, you've got all these lives, so you're getting the energy. But it's kind of weird, isn't it? You're supposed to be over there. Actually, you're here, and you're getting a message from somebody that's over there, that's actually living here.
So one thing you should know too is that, and I've said this many a times, that at the moment of death, no matter how big or small you are, no matter how old or young you are, the scientists cannot equate for 21 grams of weight loss at the moment of death for each and every person. And that's scientifically, they're not ever saying it really, but of course they're alluding to it being your soul, and your spirit is still attached to that. It's still tethered to that. But I always found that fascinating. 21 grams. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, Susan, just before we move on, if I may, while you were speaking, you have a you have a message, which is interestingly around strength for you and mustering the strength to build and continue building. So you're working on something, maybe having a little bit of confidence issues at the moment in time, and the energy that came around you talked to you about strength and continuing to move forward and continuing to build your strength. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could. I just study a lot. I like a lot of information, but it's just getting it out there, it's just like having to put it in my own words. That's what it is, right?
Okay. Well, continue on the path.
Yeah, I got it all, but it's just getting it out there, and then I think, oh well, what the heck? I just keep reading.
Keep mustering the strength, keep nurturing it, and keep going forward.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
And we'll see you soon, because you're going to have a wonderful little talk again about all of your wonderful knowledge and share it with the world. I cannot wait.
Okay, thanks.
You're very welcome. Thanks, Sue. So why don't we go down the list? Deborah, is there something that you would like to ask?
I don't know. I know you guys don't like health questions, but will I find the answers I'm looking for my health questions? And if you don't want to answer that, you can give me the next 6 months, because my life is going to be topsy-turvy anyway.
Yes, that's a powerful question to answer. So interestingly enough, as I enter into your energy, I'm met by two components. The word hope comes forward, which is okay, great. Don't lose hope, don't lose faith. Hope is one emotion component, regardless of what we go through in this life, that you want to hang on to. So the other piece of the puzzle that comes forward is, yes, you are correct. So Spirit just drew the number 5 above your head, which is all about change and things turning upside down, but finding creative avenues of expression. So you need to find something to occupy your mind as you go through this period of time. Find the answers for your health problems. Find the answers for your health problems.
I feel like we need to look for, sorry, Paul, didn't mean to, I thought you were.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
One small. So you're being forced to change and transform, Deborah. So go get your answers. This is really an internal journey and an internal transformation for you to find avenues of hope, expression, and creativity. Dana, go for it.
I would like you to keep your eyes open for a younger lady, late 30s, early 40s. She seems to be of a different ethnic background. She almost seems like Indian or East Indian or something along those lines. Very, very smart. She seems like a scientist doctor, but not your conventional doctor. So I'd like you to keep an eye out for her. And I'd also like to there's another doctor that's going to play part in what it is that you're doing. He's a male, a little bit older, doesn't have a lot of hair. And I think he's going to be able, does that sound like your doctor?
Well, I have a naturopath who may fit into that there, but
Which one, the woman or the man?
The woman, yeah.
She's very smart.
Yeah. I just figured that I'm going to have to be the one to find the answer.
Yeah. Is her name's with an N in it, Deborah? Nadine, Nadu, Nadine. I've got an N female name.
I think it's Kirsten or Kristen or something, but I'll look up for a Nadine.
Look up her last name, Nadine, Nadu. It's an Nan name.
Okay.
I think it'll be interesting what this gentleman has to. He's more of a Western sort of idea of things.
Now, he's not an ophthalmologist, is he? Because I saw him.
Would he take care of this problem? Could an ophthalmologist take care of this problem?
Well, he could do part of it. It's to do with my vision, but I think there's an underlying cause.
There is total inflammation. There is, but that's where the naturopath is going to come in and help you with what it is that you need. But we really have to commit to the program. And that's going to be a tough one for you, but I think you are going to figure it out. And I think you're going to learn new ways of dealing with life. And I think it'll be very interesting to see what it is that you do. And I think Paul was completely right. And I got to say, you're surrounded with things that feel kind of chaotic at the moment, but honestly, I feel like you're going to be just fine through this, and you will adjust to whatever it is that you need to adjust to.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much.
Good. Thanks for asking your questions. Deanna, do you have something that you would like to ask? Just got to hit your microphone. Here, I'll help you.
Oh.
There you go. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I don't think I have anything particular that I was going to ask. Just I love listening to you too, and just wondering if there's anything popping up or coming up that either of you see.
Oh.
Did you want to go ahead, Dana, or shall I?
Well, I will. As soon as you were asking that question, I saw a lovely lady that sits with you. She sits with you quite often, likes to watch TV shows. I feel like I want to watch, what's that TV show? Murder, She Wrote. She likes to watch Murder, She Wrote, and she likes to sit and have a good conversation, and she likes to be in the room. But you don't watch Murder, She Wrote, do you?
No.
Do you know who this lady is who really liked to watch Murder, She Wrote?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Well, think about who this is. I'm sure you'll figure it out as you go, but she sits on the couch with you and pets a little dog.
I have a dog.
Yeah. So, and she likes to sit with you, and she's worried about your energy levels and how you're feeling in the belly and things like that. And she'd like you to pay a little bit more attention to that. She's been trying to kind of send you some good vibes and some messages, and she would like you to really pay attention.
Okay.
Okay. I hope you figure out who she is.
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote is the key. Is there anything else that you need to add to, Paul?
Yep. So, Deanna, as I quickly looked up when you came on screen, it's not a dog that's behind your head. It was a cat that was behind your head. So I don't know if you physically have a cat in real life, but you had one, but you've got this kind of not tabby, but more like I don't even know what the name of them are. They almost kind of look like a little
Bring a black tiger.
Yeah, behind your head.
I had one.
Sorry, Deanna?
I had one as a child, yes.
Yeah, so that particular cat was laying behind your head.
Yeah.
There's a couple of key messages I think I can tie into maybe partly what Deanna was getting at. So there's a little bit of heaviness in your energy, lethargic type energy. So spirit came around and was trying to fill you with enthusiasm and try to pick your spirits up and try to get you moving. So there's a need for you to pay attention to what you're eating and just start looking after yourself a little bit better, or healthier. And interestingly enough, as I say that, you have the spiritual number of 7 about you, which is always asking the greater meaning of life and want to have a little bit more in-depth knowledge. So if you're not doing some digging in and reading and trying to understand a couple of things, you certainly have the energy and the whereabouts around you. So start digging in and doing a little bit of reading, start looking after yourself a little bit better, picking up your energy, and find something to get passionate about, enthusiastic about again in life.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I think we can
You're
all
welcome.
take that advice. I feel like that too sometimes. Boy, has anybody else noticed too the energy where you're just wanting to have a nap? Like there's just so where you're like, I have to lay down and I'm going to have some crazy ass and so on. We really need to take care of ourselves because the energy is quite intense.
Yeah, it is these days. It's moving very, very fast.
It really is. Good. Well, let's move on. How about Amy?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amy. Good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for joining
Good.
us.
And I enjoy listening to Sue too. We've heard with the astrology. It was great.
It
I loved
was
it.
great,
So,
wasn't
yeah.
it? She's coming on next week, so
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Great. And my question, I just want to know about the names of your spirit guides, like how to kind of know who your kind of main cheerleader is on the other side.
Go ahead, Paula. You can take this one.
So one way to do it, obviously, we've talked lots in our different channels about meditation, right? And that's a question to ask in your meditation and in your development practice as you take some quiet time out for them to identify who your guides are. And remember, at that level, guides will change. As you change and you grow and morph spiritually and physically, your guides will also interchange and change in and out based on sort of where you're at and what you need. As you asked the question, Amy, I ended up with a gentleman by the name of Marty who showed up behind you. So you have one male entity, younger gentleman, dark hair, who chooses to be referred to by the name Marty. He left the earth plane fairly young in the 80s. I was just asking him and what's his role in your life, and what he's referring to at this point in time is things seem to be going very, very quickly in your life and you're making decisions and there's a lot of things going on. So he's keeping you guided and guarded at this point in time because you tend to go faster and make decisions without potentially maybe taking some time to process. But he also says you don't have the luxury these days of just having some time to sit back and make decisions. So at this moment in time, you've got Marty around you. Dana, do you pick up anything else?
You know, I always pick up things with Amy. Amy and I seem to sit down and have some pretty good readings from time to time. Would you not agree, Amy?
Yeah, and I've drawn my husband into one, which is a big thing too. So
I remember that. Yeah, he
So,
was a
yeah.
little bit
and that's a big
resistant.
thing for him, right, to come and do. So I think the male brain doesn't work as some of our female brain that flows a little bit better with that kind of information, right? So
Anytime I read a man, it's because the wife has sent him.
yeah.
So it's kind of interesting how that is. So, Amy, it's interesting, isn't it? Amy, as I sit here and I look at what guides really are, and in my sort of field, I see people that come in at different times with different strengths and different skills and abilities to help you with the current situation. So I always know that guides are changing. I always know that they're shifting and moving and what have you. Even asking their names. When you feel that somebody's coming into the room and you're asking there, can you tell me your name? Listen for the name. That's it. You know, whatever name comes to, and then you can refer to them as that. But I can tell you when things change and you move or you go to a different chapter in life, you'll have different guides that will be with you as well. That's in my experience what happens.
Yeah.
Amy, start a dream journal. Start paying attention to your dreams. Well, in the morning when you wake up, if you remember any piece of your dreams, start writing them down and start a little dream journal beside your bed.
Okay, great. Great.
Good. Anything else, Amy?
No, I'm still looking for a house. So, but I'm
It's coming.
Riding the wave. Right?
Ride the wave.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nikki, is there anything that you want? Thanks for sharing, Amy. Really appreciate it. Nikki, is there anything that you would like to ask? You got to unmute your mic, sweetheart.
Hang on, I got Mom here too.
Hello, Mom.
First.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Hi, Dana.
Hello.
Future holds.
Say that again.
My future holds. Like, what's in my future? Like,
what does your future hold?
Yeah. What does it look like?
Dana, what do you get?
Paul. You know, Paul, I know her personally, so this is a little
Oh.
bit of a bias. So I'm gonna let you have this one.
Okay. So, Nikki, entering into your energy, or actually, I just happened to look up when you came on screen. You have beautiful, beautiful energy. Just stunning, bright and brilliant. You are at the end of completing some stuff. So you're about to start a new cycle in the next year. So the whole, 1 to 9 energy cycle. So this year you need to do some housekeeping, clean up, get rid of things, finish some stuff off to start a new journey next year, in the next year. So where are you going? You're doing some major housekeeping and cleaning out, but this is both at a physical level and a personal level. So it's time to cut some relationships off and really, really clean up and downsize to start your new cycle next year. Does that make sense, Nikki?
That was for Nikki, not for Gail.
She had to run to her daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, it's recorded, so she needs to hear her message. So,
okay.
But that message was for Nikki, and I'm going to just say that was very accurate, Paul, right on point.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback.
Yes, no worries. Now, Gail was asking, where do you see her life going and what's going on with her?
And is Gail gone to?
No, Gail is right here. This is Gail on camera right now.
Oh, sorry. Sadly, I'm on Zoom, so I didn't get to see Gail's face.
Oh, sorry. Yes. No, you answered the daughter's question. Now we can answer the mom's question.
Oh. Sorry, guys. The question is the same still. What's the future hold?
Yes.
Okay.
You talked about. Yeah.
Okay. So just bear with me here while I change tracks quickly. So Gail, interesting enough, you're just a little bit ahead of Mama. You've got a few changes coming up in the very near future. This is the start of a new journey for you, a new path at this point in time. I might be mixing energies up. You've got other people around you. They seem to be all colliding together. You're surrounded by an awful lot of support, though, which is one good thing. Dana, do you pick anything up?
You know, I think it's you're on point with this too, Paul. I got to tell you, and there is a new chapter for Gail, and I think things are going to. I think things are going to level out and feel really good. And I see renovations. I see a happier household. I see healing. I see all of these things that are happening. But the problem is I know it's happening.
Okay, so because I'm seeing different people come and go. So for Gail, there's two other components along with the change. So the courage to continue going forward. So the decisions she's making, especially in her personal sphere, is not to back down. She's on the right path, as difficult as it is, sustain the courage and continue forward. Now, Gail, like Susan, has very good spiritual energy. So Gail, you may wish to continue your path of development. We all have good spiritual energy. Please don't take that out of context. Right now for Gail, this is a time of strong development, paying attention to your spirituality and your messages, and do not discount them. So you need to stay focused on courage.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Good. This is awesome. Wonderful. Well, we had a great little group. It was very intimate. It was for our first one. It seemed to have gone really well. Was there anybody else who just wanted to, interject anything or a quick message or anything? But we've gone through the whole list. Go ahead, Deborah.
Okay, I have this Google clock or whatever it is in my kitchen. And numerous times when I walk by it, this picture, it's a horse on its back. Does it have any significance or meaning? I just think it's funny. I've seen it a dozen times over the year or two.
So I know quite a bit about horses, and the horses actually look like it was rolling around in the dirt, itching their back, having a good time. It's not like the horse is dead. It looks like the horse is actually rolling around, which horses love to do. They're very happy when they do that. They're having a good time, and then they get up and run away and they're all dirty. Thank you very much. Now we have to groom you again. I think rolling around in the grass and enjoying the earth is probably a very good message for you in the next little while.
Yes, exactly that. It is all about allowing yourself to actually have fun. And the key word in that message from Spirit was allow.
Allow.
If I didn't pronounce it, you need to allow yourself to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Get dirty, go play in some mud puddles, have a good time.
For sure.
The old adage about let your hair down and have some fun.
Okay,
good.
Thank you.
Nikki, you have a question? Your hand is up. You would like to ask a question? Go ahead.
I was just getting Dad. Dad has a question too. My question is the next couple of months. Am I going to go early into labor? Or do I have to wait till my due date?
Is your due date August, or am I still stuck on Deborah at this moment in time?
July 3rd is my due date.
Okay. So finishing the message, Deborah, by August, you should have clear answers to your health concerns. Now, transitioning energy again. Are you going early? No, you're going late, I think, by the feel of it.
But I have high blood pressure.
Yeah. Well, your little one doesn't seem to want to come to the earth plane anytime too soon.
Yeah, I don't think you're.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going as early as you would like to go, but you'll go in due time. And you got to remember, when your baby is born, It's born on a certain date at a certain time for the stars to align. So it's a big deal. And maybe Sue can help you out with this, but the date of your birth, the time of your birth is really, really important for the journey of your life. So, you know, what we want when we're like 8 months pregnant and so on and so forth is not always what the universe wants for our soul. So we can be patient with this, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're not going early, that's for sure, unless it's an induced fashion. By natural birth, no, it's not going to happen early. Do you know what you're having, by the way?
She does, and she just seemed to have, oh, there she is. She disconnected. Yes, she does know what she's having.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So what was Willie's question, Nikki? Well, she's not gone. Anybody else have anything that they would like? Oh, go ahead, Nikki.
Go ahead then. Hello.
Hi, Willie. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Am I still having a job, or am I still going back to work?
I caught only part of that about going back to work. What was the whole question?
Ask the question again, Willie.
Will you still have a job?
Will I still have my old job after my injury gets better?
The answer is yes. You'll still have a job. Yes.
At the
Yep.
same company?
Sorry, you're cutting in and out, Willie. Say it again.
At the same company?
Same company, but different job. He's not going to have that same job back. It's a different job.
I get that too.
So it's a lot lighter, a lot easier on you, and you're going to be a lot happier.
Absolutely. Totally what I get
But
too.
do you mean at the same company?
Same company, Willie? Yes. Yes. Same company.
Yeah.
Different role.
Okay.
Lot easier on you, and you'll be a lot happier.
Okay, thank you.
Spirit's going to work some magic around you, believe it or not, and it'll all fall into place. Although it doesn't appear like it's going in that direction, it will.
I have one more question. Am I going to be moving?
Not
Not
yet.
anytime soon. Not anytime
Not
soon.
yet.
Sorry.
No, I meant not even with a guy. I meant, just moving.
No, not anytime soon.
I like
Yeah.
it here anyways.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good thing.
We know
Thank
somebody
you.
that's looking for a house. If you're in the right spot and it's the right size, we could make a deal tonight for you.
I'm not in a hurry.
Amy, sorry, tried.
Oh, I know. Well, if it's in the school district, I'll take it. I don't care what it is.
People
Yes,
think
you
it's
do
not
care.
that far
I
away.
do care. Well, that's why we're taking. It's taken 2 years. It's going to be like we said, it's going to be forever. So
Yep.
it's worth it, right? Worth the wait.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not moving again.
And
Right
it will
Four
away.
happen.
kids.
And it will happen quickly. So just keep looking.
Thanks.
Well,
It
thank
will
you.
come.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank
this was
you.
awesome. I enjoyed doing this immensely. What about you, Paul?
It was a lot of fun. So Nikki's dad has a question about time frame for returning to work.
Oh, okay.
So this is great to switch energies like this. Thinking about time frame, there's 2 time frames. There's one that your mind wants, which is now, to feel, again, purposeful and connected. I need to go back to work now. But if you go to the spiritual realm and ask, take some much needed time, but it seems that you're going back to work sooner rather than later, but it's because you want to go back. If I could ask you to stay off for the entire summer and enjoy it, that would be great, but I highly doubt that you're prepared to do that.
I think you're going back to work a little bit earlier too, Willie. If to be honest, I think it's going to be sooner than you think, or sooner maybe than you want. I'm not exactly sure where you're standing with that, but it seems like it's time to get prepared to, get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, wonderful, great. Okay, so I think we're going to leave it at this. And, for future reference, we want to do this a couple of times a month. So please share the word with your friends. And if anybody wants to be part of this, we would really appreciate it. And again, any donations that you would like to give, we are giving to the Upper Credit Humane Society that has a no-kill policy. So they have to house all of these animals, feed them, give them vet care. So we're going to be giving any donations to them. And at the top of my page, you can hit the donate button and whatever you can afford. If not, it was great having you here, and we are going to do this again, but Paul and I are going to have a conversation on Thursday morning, and Sue and I are going to have a conversation next week, and we've got Danny coming back on the show as well. So always some cool people to talk to. So we really hope you join us on All Things Energy. Paul, do you have any closing statements?
That was wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening, and look forward to our next time that we get to do this. Be well.
Be well. Bye, everyone.